Today we're going to do a quick video on if you're going to be charging at a level 2 charger. We've got a universal at our house. We're going to be charging from basically almost 0%, really close to it. I'll show you in a second. How long does it charge to actually charge from 0% all the way to 100% on a dedicated level 2 Tesla universal charger, and why I think this is the charger that you need to get, and also my recommendations if you're in the Los Angeles, Southern California area, and also there's money that you can get for installing it. But first, let me show you what battery level we're at. So you can see here, we're basically at 0%, like an almost perfect 0%, and we're going to be driving this tomorrow all the way to San Diego, and that's why we're going to be charging it to 100%, because that's actually a real road trip. So let's go ahead and plug this in and show you what types of charging speeds and everything, and also the estimated time, how long it will actually take. So we've got our universal charger right here. Push the button, plug it in. You got to make sure this flashes blue. You can hear the clicking from our charger over there, and the green signal shows that it is actually transferring energy and power to the vehicle. All right, so let's go here. We've got our charging limit and everything. Right now I usually do 86%. It says like 80% sometimes. It used to say 90%, which is pretty funny. You can see here we're charging at 8 kilowatts. This goes up to 11 kilowatts, and so I'll probably get up to 10. There we go, 10 kilowatts and now 11 kilowatts. And so right now to get to 86%, which usually if you're daily driving and things like that, that's what you should be doing. And you can see it's 10:23 p.m. right now, and it will take 6 hours and 40 minutes. But let's go ahead and change this all the way to 100% like that. And let's see what time and everything it calibrates up to. And so now it says 8 hours and 10 minutes, give or take. So by that math, it's 10:30 right now, 10:30 p.m., which if you're on like utility rates where it's time of use, typically it's like after 8 p.m. or 10 p.m. where you get the cheapest rates like right now. And so this means that, oh wow, it's actually going to take all the way until about 6:30 a.m., 7 a.m. for this to charge all the way to 100%. So let's check in tomorrow, because we're actually gonna be leaving early tomorrow, like 8 a.m. to head down to San Diego. So this is gonna be super tight. And to show you what it looks like on the app, you can see we've got the Model 3 performance here. It says 7 hours and 25 minutes now. So it actually went down a little bit. We're at 9 miles or 3% state of charge. And we've got it max all the way to 100% here in terms of how long it's actually going to take to charge and everything, but shows you a little bit of a insight on what it looks like to charge at a level 2 charger from 0%, essentially 0%, all the way up to 100%. Tomorrow we're doing a road trip from Los Angeles down to San Diego and back in one day. Right now we just charge up, or we're charging up to 100% tonight. It's going to take us almost 8 hours to do that, to go from 0% all the way to 100%. We're going to do this whole trip and see, can you do it in one shot without stopping? And most likely we'll have to stop and charge for just a little bit, but we're going to see if we can actually do it without stopping at all. Let's get into it. And while we wait for this to actually charge, I did want to give you my insight, and you probably heard me on the channel talk about this, but level 2 or having a dedicated level 2 is the way to go, whether you can get a level 2 at your house or at your work. There's plenty of state level incentives that can help out as well. LADWP has one. I think Riverside has one, at least in the Southern California area. And on top of that, if you need a Tesla authorized installer, definitely hit up Smart Plug EV down below in the description. Ask for the owner, Mario, and ask for the Dennis deal so that he can hook you up. You definitely want a Tesla authorized installer because they're trained on it, and on top of that, you get a 4-year warranty when you go with an install with a Tesla installer. There could be incentives and permits that you need to pull as well, and most of the incentives you have to pull a permit. So definitely hit them up if you're interested in getting some sort of installation. The reason why I always say go with like a level 2, whether it's universal or Tesla wall connector, because mobile connector may seem like it's cheaper on the surface level, and yes, you can get the NEMA plug and everything, but if you go with the wrong NEMA plug, Bearded Tesla Guy has plenty of videos about this, but you certainly want to go with the right plug, because if you don't, it could cause problems with wear and tear, maybe even start a fire, I think he has a video on that. And so certainly you want to make sure you get the right plug with that, and at least the right receptacle plug, because not all of them are made for like that in and out that you'll be constantly doing with a charger. And so that's why hardwiring level 2 is the way to go. And on top of that, the third reason why a hardwire is the best is because you get faster speeds. Mobile connector, I think it tops out like 20 to 25, maybe 30 miles an hour, but the wall connector goes 35, 40, 45 miles an hour. And so certainly doesn't sound like a lot, but it kind of is when you've got multiple EVs and you want to charge all of them at the fast pace. And so that's my thoughts on wall connectors. So it basically finished charging around like 7 a.m., which, yeah, 8 to 9 hours. So now we're gonna unplug it and give you a full recap and see what type of mileage and everything we're able to get from here. And so going to it, we have a full state of battery right now, and if we switch this, it says we got 300 miles of range, which not too bad at all, but this gives you a realistic real world scenario. It takes you 8 to 9 hours to charge a Model 3 Performance from 0 to 100%. So let us know what your thoughts on it, and do you have a level 2 charger at your house, or are you gonna be going with a mobile connector? We're gonna make a video on the mobile connector next.